Hello, I'm Howie Shareff, and welcome to another show from You Call This Yoga, an educational nonprofit organization. Today we'll explore chair yoga to improve balance. What is balance? Balance can be physical, emotional, mental, but it really is a relationship of our intentions. We can be intending to move in one direction, but if we don't have a base that we're operating from, then we're just flying off somewhere. Similarly, if you're walking or sitting or practicing a yoga pose, we often are better off with having something to stabilize us in one direction to move into the next direction. Or in physics, what goes up is balanced by what goes down. As we develop balance, we'll focus on how to stabilize what goes down to free us to move up or forward or outward or however we're trying to grow. A key pose here is mountain pose. Let's develop that with even greater focus and intent. If you're seated, consider having your spacing between the knees and the feet the width of two of your fists side by side. The feet are under the knees and the elbows are under the shoulders. I rest my thumbs on the middle of my thigh and let the other fingers drape over the side. From here, I can sit up a little higher and radiate the top of my head towards the ceiling. I could then start to breathe through my nose, keeping the lips together, creating a steady and even pattern of breathing, the inhale and the exhale of the same length. Consider even counting to about 3 or 4 as you inhale and exhale. Notice how this feels. It could be a little awkward just from the beginning to sit in this position. We call this a neutral position. So it's worth noticing if you feel that you're uncomfortable in neutral, and you can make adjustments as you need, but I'd like you to practice this as best you can. Wonderful. Let's bring the focus to the feet. Notice the heel, big toe pad, pinky pads, and toe tips. Engage all of them to the floor when you inhale, and relax them when they exhale. Notice if there's an unevenness from side to side, in the foot, or from foot to foot. A lot of us sit with our feet in an awkward position, and then we train the muscles to be that way, and then walking or maneuvering can then be uneven. Good. Then let's notice the inner thighs, your inner thighs. When you inhale and press the feet down, see if you can engage the inner thighs towards each other without moving the legs. Contracting these inner thigh muscles, do you feel your legs getting a little stronger? Maybe a little more tension in the muscles. Release. Inner thigh engagement. Keep breathing. Hard to show you, you just have to practice. Good. You can practice with a pillow, a ball, a rolled up piece of clothing. Good. Then let's bring our focus a little further outward towards the hips, or what I call the glutes or bunnies. I'll demonstrate. Over here. Do I have to come over and show you? It's over here, and most of us have one on the other side. What I'd like you to do is to inhale and then squeeze your buns inward and exhale while you hold the buns. Not with your hands, just with your intention. Notice that these thigh muscles also might get a little firmer. Release the buns and notice you might drop down a little bit. These are key stabilizers. So keep breathing and squeezing. May feel a little foreign, but that's okay. What else are you doing? Good. And then rest. Let's combine both sets of muscles, inner thighs and glutes. Take an inhale and then exhale, inner thigh engagement as well as your glutes. Notice how strong these thigh muscles are getting. Keep breathing, releasing after you exhale. Building that intention. Notice that the knees may shift a tiny bit and that your feet may actually draw down a little more firmly. One more pairing. Good. And rest. Settle for a moment and then we'll continue. We're going to practice lifting a knee with an inhale. We're going to draw one leg down, inhale, lift the other knee up, and exhale, lower it. I'm going to stand just to demonstrate. You can stand or sit. I like using the inside leg when I stand, the one that's closer to the chair, so I'm balanced between my arm and my leg. Inhale, just lift the knee, exhale, lower it. If you start to lean or feel unsafe, sit down. Practice engaging the inner thigh and the bun. Notice if your foot lands where you started from. Attempt to do so. One more. Notice how this side felt. And then let's go to the other side. Stabilize in your mountain pose. Inhale and lift. Exhale, lower. Keep breathing. The breath drives the movement. Inner thigh, bunny engagement. 2 more practices. Wonderful. Rest. I'll take a seat again. You may too. Now that we're getting a little bit of warm up in the hips and knees, we'll take it a little deeper. We're going to do a little pendulum sway with the hips, driven by the breath. I'll stand and demonstrate. I'm going to do a little side angle. On the inhale, I'm going to go one way. On the exhale, the other. So it's almost like doing a little hula, driven by the breath, very slowly, warming up these muscles even further. I like having my hands with the palms down. It invites my shoulders down, my shoulder blades, but my spine extends upward through the crown of my head. Keep shifting and warming this up. Notice the difference of your feet and how they engage the floor. One more pair. Good. If you were seated, it could be a little tougher because of the friction on the chair, but that's where the pressure downward of the feet is really important. All right, moving upward. Thinking of the tailbone and the belly button. Find your tailbone, find your belly button. If you can't touch it, then just notice it's at the base of your spine and over here. I'm going to stand. What I'd like you to practice is the tailbone going down, the belly coming up. Let's breathe. Tail down, belly up. Exhale, relax. This could be very foreign. Keep breathing. Tail up. Belly up, belly down. We're trying to make this vertical as opposed to slumped. Who sits in a slumped way, cratering their mountain? Now we're projecting the mountain upward, affecting the stability of the base by positioning the tail back and the belly up. Beautiful. One more. Notice if your elbows are still by your side and place them there if they're not. Then we're going to practice with the shoulder blades and the chest bone. Shoulder blades are behind you. Chest bone is in front of you. What we're trying to do is drape the shoulder blades over the back ribs. The chest can radiate upwards. When you draw the shoulder blades over the back ribs, they're going down. The chest plate is coming upward. That's different than going like this and then down. That's really unnecessary. Think of just straight down in the back and elevating in the front. It's as if you're draping a towel over a chair back. You're draping the shoulder blades over and down. So practice with the hands resting and the elbows by your side. Shoulder blades down, chest up. Inhale and then exhale. Lengthening with the breath, releasing with the exhale. Keep breathing. Beautiful. One more breath here. Lovely. I'm attempting to keep my chin level. We're going to put all these movements together now. We're going to press the feet down, inner thigh engagement, bunny engagement, tail down, belly up, shoulder blades down, chest lifts. And then release. Ready? Inhale, feet down, thighs engaged, bunny engaged, tail back, belly up, shoulder blades down, chest lifts. Exhale, release. Standing, I'll turn sideways. Rooting, engaging, extending, and then releasing. Keep practicing, keep breathing. Engage these muscles. One more. Beautiful. And rest. Let's come back to seated. We've lifted the knee. Now we're going to go sideways and we're going to practice a little bit of a kick out. I'll demonstrate. As best that you can, turn sideways and sit up tall. You're going to use a hand to support and then another hand to support nearby but not in the exact same spot. We're going to drag this outside foot back, rest on the top of the foot if possible, lengthen the spine, root this inner leg down, inhale, lift the shin and foot, and just kick and kick and kick. So use your breath to just kick and open this hip flexor here a little bit. Couple more breaths. Good. Come on back. Swivel it around. I'll demonstrate standing in a moment. Get stable. Sit up. Lift and kick. Breathe. 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 Notice the difference on this side. One more. Good. Standing. Going to stand up tall. Inside leg is the active one. Outside is the stabilizing. Bend the knee. Kick. Kick. Do with the exhale. Kick. 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 Notice if you were wavering, leaning. Go more slowly. Reduce the range. Same principle. Inner leg is the active one. Kick. Kick with the exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Notice how this side maneuvers for you. One more. Lovely. And rest. We're going to incorporate some arm movements. Consider bringing hands to heart. Notice for me that my elbow points downward as opposed to outward. I invite you to bring the elbows as close to your ribs and waist as comfortable. Sit up taller. Open the wrists. And then on the inhale, you'll press the feet and lift one arm up. And exhale, bring it back. Do it 4 times on that side. Inhale it up. Exhale it back. And then as you're doing this, draw the shoulder blade of that arm down to your waist, so that the shoulder blade drawing down, or your intention of that, anchors the lift of the hand. Good. Notice how that range of motion was. Go to the other side. Float it up. Keep breathing to drive the movement. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more. Good. How did that side compare with the other? Let's shake it out. We're going to proceed to some of our balance poses now. We're going to lift the opposite arm and leg. I'll demonstrate first seated and then standing. We're going to take hand to heart. I'm going to raise this leg and this arm. Ready? Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Avoid leaning back. We're projecting the crown up to the ceiling. High stepping. One more. Good. I'm going to switch sides. You practice seated. I'm going to demonstrate standing. I'm going to have hand to heart and hand on chair. On the inhale, I'm going to lift and lower. Lift on the inhale, lower. Inner thigh engaged, bunny engaged. Lift, lower. Avoid leaning. That's why we have those extra areas of intention, stabilizing with the inner thigh and the bunny. Beautiful. Let's go and repeat that pairing again. I'm going to go to the other side. You switch back to the first side. Ready? Inhale up, exhale down. Keep breathing. Good. And let's repeat the second side one more time. Inhale up, exhale down. Good. Shake it out. Let's go back to the first side. And now we'll do a static pose, meaning holding still. So here we're going to incorporate all these lines of force. So when ready, root the foot, inner thigh, and bun engagement. Come on up. Draw the belly up, tail down, shoulder blade down, chest up, elbows down on the supporting arm. Keep breathing. Smile. Beautiful. One more breath here. And then release. Let's go to the other side, side 2. Come to your mountain. Establish your foot position. Have the hand ready. Inside leg, outside arm. Inhale it up. Hold the pose. Notice the foot, inner thigh, bun, tail, belly, shoulder blade, elbow of the supporting hand, and the chest rising, the crown radiating up towards the sky. One more breath here. Terrific. And release. Lovely. Set for a moment if you need to. And we'll develop the next pose, Warrior 3. Warrior 3 is a balance pose with your arms and legs going forward and backwards. Let's demonstrate seated. I'm going to sit up tall. I'm going to drop this thigh perpendicular to the floor. I'm going to use my hand that's on the outside for support on the knee and thigh or chair arm, other hand to heart. I'm going to inhale and lift the foot, and exhale, extend the foot back and the inner arm forward. I'm holding the chair arm or my leg. Keep breathing. One more breath here, and then bring it back. Demonstrating on the other side. Gain that downward thigh, hand on stability, other hand ready to heart. Inhale, lift, exhale, extend, and keep breathing, keep radiating, extending the soul back and the fingertips forward. One more breath. Beautiful. Bring it back and rest. How about standing? Oh yes. Let's turn the chair. It's going to be the inner leg and the outer arm. Try to keep this leg in the chair as our stabilizers. So let's take hands to heart, or hand to heart. Let's bend the knee. Inhale, extend and bend, and keep your focus forward. Radiate out the sole of the foot. Radiate out the fingertips. Engage the inner thigh and bun. Lift the chest. Keep breathing. 2 more breaths. Marvelous. Then bring it back and lower the standing leg. Wonderful. Let's go to the other side. Establish your mountain. Take your hand to heart. We're going to use the inner leg. Inhale up and bend the knee, and then extend. Keep that focus forward with the chest lifted. Radiate out the sole and the fingers. Inner thigh and bun engagement. Belly lifted. Keep breathing. 2 more breaths. Wonderful. And then bring it back and settle. Spectacular. One more pose, tree pose, a classic. Come to mountain. Developing while seated, just put one foot against the calf of another. That could be plenty for this pose. Breathe. Then let's release. Go to the other side. Put a foot against a calf. Sit up. Breathe. That could be plenty. Good. One more breath here. And relax. I'm going to take this to a standing posture and add arms. Feel free while seated to accommodate to whatever your body can manage. I'm going to be lifting the inside foot. So when ready, I'm going to inhale and then root it against the calf, avoiding the knee joint. I'm going to stand up tall, let the elbows drape, bring hand to heart. Then on an inhale, I'm going to root the foot downward and radiate the fingers upward. Stand here and breathe. Draw the tail down and the belly up. Inner and bunny engagement. Lift the chest, drop the shoulder blades, keep breathing, and consider maybe coming up to one fingertip on your chair. One more breath. Beautiful. And then return and release. Notice how you landed. And then let's switch over to the other side. Inner leg will lift. Come up to mountain. Ready, engage, plant, and then lift and breathe. Keep breathing. Smile. You're a beautiful tree. Tail down, belly up, shoulder blades down, chest up. 2 more breaths. Lovely. Then release it. Shake it out a little bit. Shake your leaves off. It's autumn. And then let's come on back down to seated. Settle. Ripple the spine a little bit. Feel taller? Notice the bottoms of your feet a little bit more fully. Inner thighs. Bunnies. Tail down, belly up. Shoulder blades down, chest up. Wonderful. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to more programming with you soon. Visit our website, youcallthisyoga.org, for more videos, articles, class and event information. Thank you. Namaste.